Hello.
Hi there.
Welcome back to another episode of Wicked
Mysterious.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Katie.
And this is another mini mystery.
Mini Mystery Monday.
Oh yes.
I can't say it like that.
That's all right. Whatever.
Shit. Mini Mystery Monday.
No enthusiasm whatsoever.
Yes. No Bailey Sarian little spin.
And no, what's the word? No talking back and forth at the beginning, because that seems to make people mad that we have personalities.
Yeah.
Not we like to hear ourselves talk.
Some people, we can't make everybody happy. We can't.
And I don't want to.
So
Anyway.
What number mini mystery is this?
I don't know.
We should probably know this before we start recording.
I don't know. I was just figuring we just wouldn't number them anymore.
Oh.
But we can. I don't know. Sorry, I didn't tell you that I was
That's
deviating.
totally fine. We don't have to number it. That's totally fine with me.
Let's see. We are on Mini Mystery 5 already.
Awesome. All right. Today I have a mini mystery. And it's called Ada. But I named it Ada. I think I had a more clever name before.
Should we check your notebook? We don't have to.
I don't think I brought the right notebook.
Oh.
I'm just a mess. I do have my laptop though, and last time we recorded this, I read from my notebook and realized we need to re-record it because I already had this finished out and typed, and this is, I'm thinking, going to be much better. But you already know the story, which is kind of...
It's been a while, so...
Yeah.
It'll be
That's
genuine
true.
again.
And I think I talked about another story similar last time when we recorded this, and I'm not going to do that this time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just going to be strictly Ada. This episode is just for her. Okay. 2 decades ago, in an Atacama Desert in northern Chile, a tiny, bizarre-looking skeleton was discovered. A white cloth protruded out of a leather pouch, which was soon recognized as a coffin, and the internet and excited conspiracy theorists would run wild with the wicked, mysterious, mummified remains. Let's get into it. So, like I said, only 2 decades ago in northern Chile, in an empty desert of what was once a busy nitrate mining town, an amateur collector named Oscar Munoz was exploring when he discovered a 6-inch skeleton in a makeshift coffin.
Yikes. Yikes.
Yoicks.
Yikes.
I love it because you know the story already, so any reaction you give is going to be so fake.
I didn't mean to say that.
Yoicks. Oh, that should go on a shirt. All right, so Munoz traded this skeleton and it bounced around in Chile trades until it ended up in its final location in Spain, where it soon went, as we call it now, viral. This little dude had the public's attention and especially scientists. I called it a dude just now, but that's because I don't think I was supposed to refer to it as a her in the beginning. I wanted it to be a surprise, but I just fucked that up. Should I do that? This little dudette had the public's attention and especially scientists. Scientists soon got a hold of the remains and nicknamed the mini skeleton Ada, ATA, short for the Atacama Desert it was found in. When images of Ada hit the internet, being only as big as a dollar bill or a pen, this skeleton was understandably not accepted as human and was immediately labeled with rumors of it being alien. There the 6-inch Ada stood, with its skeleton in amazing condition, even with a full set of developed and hardened teeth in its tiny jaw. but clear as day, shocking differences compared to how our human skeletons appear. It had 10 ribs instead of 12. Its eye sockets seemed oddly out of proportion to its skull, being larger than what we would expect from a human skull. Also, the skull itself was a super bizarre shape, being elongated and coming to a point at the top. Its bones looked older than anything its size. Ada was creepy as fuck. Ada had extensive testing done on its bones and DNA. The DNA proved that Sweet Ada was not an alien at all, but actually a human with DNA similar to the local population of Chile. Researchers found a group of mutations in her DNA linked to bone development, and some of these findings could explain her figure, which would result in a first ever documentation of this hereditary disorder in humans. Eventually, Ada's genome was able to be reconstructed by scientists and was determined to be a girl, closely related to the indigenous Chileans. However, she also had a large amount of European in her. No scientists have been able to pinpoint the exact time that Ada lived, but they can assume by her European heritage it was sometime after the colonization in Chile in the 1500s. But after death, DNA fragments deteriorate over the centuries and become smaller. Ada's were still considered large, which was a good indicator that she was really less than 500 years old. Visually, that long and pointy tiny skull really screams alien. But that really wasn't the strangest part of Ada's skeleton. If she was the size of a human fetus, how were her bones developed to be 6 to 8 years old? Since some of her DNA mutations were completely new to science, is it possible that some mutations caused her bones to mature quicker than her body?
I love that that's just the answer.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's just a mutation. Well, hello. Like, doesn't that mean
it's
something?
Not right?
Doesn't that mean that it's not human?
Right.
I mean,
there was so many mutations.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like one.
So it's like similar to us, but not.
Yeah, unheard of to us. So, or, undiscovered. These mutations were undiscovered to us before. And you're right. So what makes you think that's human?
Right.
Why can't it not be human? That's where we're going with this, if you didn't guess. Gary Nolan, a professor of microbiology and immunity at Stanford University in California, offered to study Ada's DNA specimen. In 2013, he concluded for sure she was a human female fetus that was either stillborn or died very shortly after being born, just 40 years before she was discovered. He believes she was so badly deformed that she was unable to feed and suffered a severe genetic mutation. He also confirmed she had a rare genetic bone disorder that showed her bone composition to be at least 6 to 8 years old.
Right. So how could she not show she ate something?
Yeah. She ate something. I love it. One explanation for this rare disorder would be the exposure to chemicals that her mother would have endured while living next to the nitrate mining area. But what he couldn't explain were the dramatic deformities to her DNA itself. It was nothing like he or any other scientist had ever discovered. So if we can assume that chemical exposure has caused these unknown to human DNA mutations in Ada, is it fair to say that maybe Ada doesn't have any mutations at all? Could she have perfectly normal DNA as her own species unknown to mankind? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Or her planet, if she's an alien? It is understood her DNA presents as human, but what if this alien species has extremely similar to human DNA makeup? What if she's a hybrid and shares some DNA from Chileans and Europeans, and the mystery DNA is from another living species of unknown origin? Ada has strong teeth and aged bones. What if she really was a 6 to 8 year old that died here on Earth and was just disposed of? And scientists see resemblance to human in DNA and just ignore how many deformities that there are without any real explanation of it. Rule out any chance that Ada could be truly from out of this world. My thought is, what if Ada is a fairy? You actually brought that up.
Yeah.
What if she's a fairy or an alien? I mean, yes, she supposedly does share these similar genetic makeup to the Chileans, and the Europeans, but that doesn't, to me, say everything,
Can you imagine,
like we're talking.
Okay, so what about the cause of death? Is there anything about that at all?
No.
Okay,
No,
so
there was nothing.
She lived to be 6 to 8 years old. What did she do during that whole time? As a baby, somebody would have had to take care of her.
I mean,
and then what? She hides from giant people?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Maybe this is, I don't know, maybe this species lives here on Earth and we just don't find them. Maybe
Bigfoot kind of thing.
Maybe they're in forests and they're not usually, this one was buried and it was found when dug up. So, I mean, who's to say there's not more?
Did you say it was in a coffin?
It was. Yep. It was not real. It wasn't a real coffin, but it was a leather pouch.
Weird.
Yeah.
What about the leather pouch? Is there any information on that?
Nope. There was literally no testing done on the pouch that I could find. Anything else about her, nothing about cause of death, that's for sure. I would definitely have, if, you listening, if you would like to look her up, it's definitely quite bizarre. If you just do a quick Google search, ATA, skeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks like a little alien mummy, for sure. She looks more alien than human, I think. And
it's the skull.
It's the skull, yeah. And I just don't understand how any kind of they said a bone disorder could have caused this, right, in the womb, and then she died because she couldn't feed, right? But then how are the bones aged to be 6 to 8 years old? Unless that's part of the genetic deformity that the bones rapidly age, but I don't get that. About
remember Van Tassel said the little people living in the moon? What if she's one of them?
Yeah, imagine if they really are that little. Six inch freaking big.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, the Atacama Desert on a map looks like it's not very far from Nazca.
Yeah. Yeah.
We did an episode on the Nazca lines, which we determined by our professional opinions to be alien made.
Yes.
It looks close to it. Nazca's in Peru, Atacama's in Chile, but they're really 1,000 miles apart. I guess that's kind of close in the grand scheme of the world.
Oh, absolutely.
But there was also a mummy found in Nazca that I wanted to cover that I didn't get to cover, and I just happened to see a documentary on TV about it.
Interesting.
But it was all translated from Spanish, so it was all subtitles, so I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. But
a normal-sized mummy?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't remember.
Because I know we talked about giants before.
Yeah.
I know we want to do that.
Yeah. I've been
seeing
a lot of stuff about giants, which I never really considered to be real, but people go hard for giants. They really think that it was a real thing.
Yeah, it has to be. I really feel like every mythological story.
Yeah, it comes from somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, listen to this. If you Google the Atacama Desert, you know how Google has questions and answers about places? Mm-hmm. Someone said, I heard that this place is similar to Mars planet.
Interesting.
And someone said, Dana Nowak said, yes, it should be very similar to Mars. NASA tested the Mars robots there.
Cool.
Well, she said Mars roboters.
Cool.
And then Sarah Seitz said, this is true. Due to the chemistry of the soil, the dryness and extreme UV radiation, the Atacama is home to numerous sites that are considered good terrestrial analogs for the study of Mars.
Wow, that is wicked cool. Imagine if little people from Mars came there because it was similar to their planet.
Yeah, this is the best place to live. We need this.
Wow.
This
soil. But yeah, it really is super, if you think about 6 inches.
Yeah.
I mean, that is fairy-like. I mean, she's not cute like I would picture a fairy, like by her skeleton at least.
Yeah.
But what kind of skeleton is cute if you really think about it? I mean, your skeleton's not cute, but you're cute on the outside.
My skeleton might be cute.
Yeah, that's true.
Hopefully we don't find out. But
Yeah, we don't want to find out.
yeah, but that head.
Yeah, the head doesn't strike me as fairy. Like, it's just, I don't know. It does, it's more alien to me.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, maybe
she couldn't cover that shit up with like long flowy hair. It's way too big.
No.
It's a very tall head. It's like
so pointy.
Head.
It's super creepy though. You definitely gotta look her up.
It's especially creepy to see the person holding the ruler because you can really see how
really tiny
small she is.
Yeah,
it's very freaky.
And it definitely, that's the thing. Like when you look at her, she does not look like a baby fetus. Like somebody's probably thinking right now, oh, so what? Big deal. It's probably like a baby only, 20 weeks gestation or something. No.
You can tell that the bones are fused.
Correct.
It's a full length body.
Correct.
It's not like baby proportions.
Yeah. It looks adult.
Yeah.
And supposedly the bones are only 6 to 8 years old. But when you look at it, it really does look older.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look anything at all.
Were they able to date when?
Yes. So, same people that are dating her are the ones saying that she's human. So, I mean, I don't really know, but this professor here, Gary Nolan, professor of microbiology and immunity at Stanford University in California, he dated her to be, born just 40 years before she was discovered. But again, this is the same dude that's saying that she died because she couldn't feed and she was just a baby. I don't know about that.
And to be put in a leather pouch, it's almost like inhumane.
It's almost like
a possession.
It's almost like she was like a little pet to somebody.
Yeah, like a possession. That's so...
It is weird, right? Like she wasn't just buried in the soil. Like that would make more sense to me. But the fact that she's put into a leather pouch means that somebody put her there.
Yeah,
somebody knows the truth about Ada out there. So, yeah, super mysterious. And that's my mini mystery for this week.
I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This was nice and mini for a mini mummy.
Alrighty, well, we will talk to you next time.
Yeah, see you again soon.
See you very soon.
Thanks for listening.
Stay mysterious.